Hello YouTube, how are you doing? My name's Daniel again. So today we are going to go over, I'm in the library and I'm about to go see a lawyer because I have some property from what was entitled as a business proprietorship that was supposed to be a revolving account throughout the kids and within our business. I don't normally go and get down like that with saying stuff, but I have this situation right now, right? And I let other people do everything. And it's supposed to be private, but it's from this bank, right? And I'm part of Payday Candy Bars, right? I'm part of Payday Candy Bars. It wasn't part. It goes into a Christina Aguilera. Excuse me, gosh, yeah, hot water and honey with a little bit of sugar. Got the burps, not herpes, but I got burps. But I have this hair. My hair is so dry right now. It's so dry because of electricity and where we're at. But I have property. So about me, and I have to do this within 15 minutes. My name's Daniel James Reed. I wanted to run for president or run for, and I had this thing where it was like, you're fired. So that's why I was part of doing NBC. I'm missing my coil that I normally have in my hair, but I have it in one of my videos. And it was, you're fired. And it was during the bachelor parts, right? And I did this on the video. I did this on the garage. I did this on the garage in Manteca. And I did, I'm just a bachelor, looking for a partner, someone who knows how to run without even falling off. Anyways, shout out Genuine. But we had stuff from back in the day. So I have property like with Walmart. So we do Walmart. We have Walmart, which goes into part of law, right? To do law. I dated this guy named Jeremy Hasty, and he's in Hawaii. Him and I wrote notes for on the wrestling team. He joined the Navy when he was on 9/11 was when he went to the Navy. He got stationed in Hawaii. I did 10 months, no, 9 months after. So it was like us having kids. I joined on the 14th, I believe. Or on the 22nd, 6/22. And so it was 6/22, which goes into my account or into my social and my other thing. So I wanted to run, right? I wanted to travel. I wanted to go and travel a bit, then go and go up north. It wasn't for me to just constantly go down south to Fort Lauderdale, Miami, and Port St. Lucie, and Sebring, where I had this situation because I was dating a guy named Lucky in Orlando. I met him in Orlando off of gay.com through a friend, somebody that I met. It was a Dave Chappelle No Sex in the Champagne Room type of situation at first. I think we did, but it wasn't really. I'm really strange about that with guys and girls, because I'm the one that I really wanted to be with. I lost along the way due to life situations, but it wasn't like a loss like this. This was during the testing of Trojan condoms, so we had that going on. Trojan and lifestyles, and then we had ribbed, which was around doing beauty intoxication, and it was Daniel Rita Beauty Intoxication, which was through the Trojan line when we create, which is now part of Joe and Camila and Donald Trump. But this is where it's at. And so I don't really get to talk so much because I haven't been able to talk to anybody. And it's not just me doing a Facebook Live or anything like that. And hopefully that through the Wi-Fi, it goes and it matches and it homolays to what it needs to be. But I had this situation it goes into a mother's pride question, right? Of a Little Caesars Bud Light with a QC camera. Okay, but it goes in through the numbers onto the phone. Oh, and I've been crying because like I'm upset because like I wanted a house where there wasn't a school right next door, and I have a trailer. I have a trailer right now. I have an RV. By the grace of God, that I completely forgot about because of other people's fighting and other people's situations. And when I was little, we had friends that were from different countries. I went to it was a very different school. It was called Lauren Eden, home of the Cougars. It wasn't part of the Panthers, it was just a Cougar. It was a Cougar, Mercury Cougar. So Freddie Mercury with the Queen, and then going and understanding that, which wound up going to Fred Durst of a Linkin Park Limp Bizkit for me. I put that into Limp Bizkit because it was going into it was supposed to be Lauren Eden, Mount Eden situation. But then we had the Lancers over at Tennyson, but then we had Kettleman and Lodi, and then this is how spread out it got. Because we were supposed to learn about this, and what I missed the most is, okay, so like I had a friend named Kevin Jones. I'm going to say Kevin Jones off the top. Kevin Jones, Inshallah Jones, Mandeep Khalif, David Patterson, Ramon. I forgot what his last name, but he did steal a Sega game from me. But we also had Clifford Fong, we had Mimi Muna, we had Mandeep, we had Talena, we had DeJuan Armstrong, we had Jennifer McDonald, we had and I keep rolling in the deep. This is the Adele moment, right? Of the rolling in the deep. And we had Glenn, we had everyone else. Glenn and Michael, and I had Janet as my mom. Janet. And then I said CBJ, so it's CBJL. So, and then there was also Lisa. Lisa was the beautiful one. She was so beautiful. She was short. She became a Spears. But we had everything going on. So, and it goes into an acronym on it. It goes into a word find on it. So I have with what's been going on, and I have to go through this. Situation. So I updated this bank and I was like, yo, I needed money here. And I had money here as well where we had, okay, so we had money, I have money through Pete's Coffee, okay, through an address in Concord that was created. I lived in Port St. Lucie, Florida. I lived in Sebring, Florida because I had to create Chrysler. I was part Chrysler for a little bit. And I got arrested in a T-Bird. It was a battle of Chrysler and T-Bird. But it's in the same fucking house. It's the same. It was the same house. If they would have let it just played out a little bit, right? Didn't jump ahead. It would have been all right for me. Because I don't like the word felon. From Nicki Minaj, would have helped you out that pitch you felony, you know, I'm a generous queen, right? And I'm like, okay, well, Dairy Queen, come on through, let me go and have this, or which goes through fucking Dairy Bell. Help out with it, do something, right? Help me out with it. I just can't be walking around. But we have this moment where I'm constantly talking about it, and it's my stuff. It's what I put in. But these people wanted to fight, and it's not about fighting. And I understand the new age, right? This new Jennifer Lopez, you know, new generation party people. But yeah, I sold ecstasy. I went through the seizure of it with GHB. I did some GHB when I was younger. It wasn't all that great. I've done crystal meth. I've drank. I used to drink. When I was drinking, when I was going out 3-4 times a night or 3-4 times a week, I had money in my bank account. My bank account was what, $700. I was paying $700 a month rent. 750, I think it was, with Bill. And then, and Jason was there. I told and I never charged Jason because Jason was the second person who I met there, right? And Jason was staying on the couch, and I was like, well, you could stay with me. You know, that's how it is. It was one of those things where it's like, you could stay with me. And it wasn't really sexual. It was we only cuddled. We cuddled, and I think we masturbated. That was about it. But he was into NASA. Like, his mom worked at NASA, and it was this beautiful thing. And I would have learned how to build something, but I was like, well, why put it up in the air if I'm not going to be able to see it, right? And I'm not just trying to Jones through the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the mix, right? Like being a diplomat through it, or trying to be a diplomat through it. But with what we're going through, I have to go and I have to do this web form for this bank, because there was these pallets that got removed from the payday. And it goes into with what was taken out from the insulation. You owe a new insulation on this. Because we go through this, that goes through a problem, right? It's like, oh my God, okay, so if we go and we arrest Daniel James Rita, right? I'm in this city, right? And then we go and create this business, right? And we could hire high schoolers. That's how it was appeared to me. But I've been a part of this for how long? It's not just me being Aeropostale. With my 8-7 and my being Taylor and with Sean, you know, and I said that on my YouTube, on my 8-7, which is fashion, and I need new clothes. So I'm upset because, like, I'm upset because of the fact that I lived here. I had this built up from before, and it was somebody else's mission, right? We became a part of it. We did it. It was with what it was. But this is where it's at. So I need to get my hair done. It's so fucking dry. I'm missing my coil. I'm missing the coil. Is it in here? No, it's not in here. Fuck. I missed it. That's the only one. I was supposed to put that onto my fucking ankle. It's alright. It's in a video of mine. So that's where it's at. I have this Louis Vuitton bag. It is beautiful, but see, going from Aeropostale to Louis Vuitton, right? I love this bag, but it is so thin right here. It was like it was glued, right? It was glued, but I think that, and the designer and the flaw of it, of where I had the issue at, was that I got injected on both sides. In a gurney, they arrested me. And that's the thing going about this Peach Coffee. It's not about fucking going and injecting somebody. Honey, I throw parties. It was throwing parties. I was a part of parties. There was no overdosing until the last one. And it wasn't even my party. There was no overdosing. I never saw, and I don't want to be stereotypical on that, but I never had an overdose out of my national party. Except for the last one in Fort Lauderdale that made me leave for LA. I went from Lauderdale. I went from FLA to LAP because of I was trying a drug that was part of the Rite Aid, that was have it part of one house. Oh, let me stop this real quick.